think one of the things which you sort of see is actually a lot of the analysis within the car industry is not actually done at the mega level, it's actually done at the sort of minute level.
Yes.
We're talking literally, a company which has probably done its Brexit investigations three years earlier.
Yes.
So, there's been a lot of preparation behind this.
And preparation for almost all imaginable case scenarios, even the ones that in a rational universe would be unimaginable.
Well, yeah, and I think one of the things you sort of had to look at, James, is, first of all, there were 27 particular scenarios for Brexit.
Good grief. I didn't know that.
Well, there were.
So that's 17 million people voting for 27 different options, but we're still buying into the nonsense of the will of the people.
Absolutely.
27. So you need to divide 17 million by 27 and then tot up the results of the referendum with 28 different case scenarios and 27 possible Brexits, and then Remain. And it's quite a resounding victory for Remain. Which, oh dear, we shouldn't laugh.
So yeah, you can't really laugh, but the fundamental differences are, James, and I say I'm going to use publicly quoted information.
Of course.
Yeah, because I know no longer here. But I think one of the things you have to sort of understand about the car parts industry, in particularly, cars built up. Essentially it's a large Meccano set with probably 6,000 to 8,000 parts. We don't necessarily in the UK have all of that manufacturing capability. And as a result of that, you'd probably be looking at the vast majority of those goods themselves actually being actually produced within the EU.
But this is. Sorry to interrupt you, because I think we're going to nod along here a bit. You describe very calmly and coolly what you as a former worker in the strategy department at Jaguar Land Rover. I'm just going to take a brief moment to blow the trumpet of the programme. We're having a chat about an MP who claims that he understands the workings of the strategy of Jaguar Land Rover better than the bloke who runs Jaguar Land Rover. We don't book people unless we have to on the programme because we know that someone like Adam will ring in. First caller comes from a former strategist at Jaguar Land Rover. But what you're describing is so self-evident and to you presumably obvious that rather than go over it all again, I'd love to know what you think explains the psychology of someone today like Bernard Jenkins standing up and saying he understands Jaguar Land Rover better than Ralph Spieth does, or, to be less charitable, calling Ralph Spieth a liar.
Well, two options. One is basically lack of understanding or knowledge. Which I would probably that's number one. Number two...
But if you've got a lack of understanding and knowledge, you should shut up, shouldn't you? And get some understanding and knowledge and then chip in your thoughts and opinions.
That's the sort of principles I would normally work to, James. But, that's one thing. But I think the second one is possibly an ancient Chinese principle, really, of saving face. And unfortunately, we're in that sort of rabbit hole at this moment in time.
Saving face.
I should be mentioning, where we can't actually... We're in a position now whereby even when you were going to leave the EU, there wasn't any negotiating power on the part of the UK.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in order to basically do that, the only thing you can actually now pot up is basically blame.